And ladies and gentlemen, this is the Women's National Basketball League Finals between Hillcrest Greens and Qianxi. Announcing the lineups for both teams. Hillcrest Green, led by team manager Li Xuelin Charlene. Head coach Ban Yi.
Team officer Ang Megan. Presenting to the players. Number 2, Dan Mei Shina. Number 3, Zhang Gui. 4, Zheng Shiqi, ladies. 6, Wen Bao Xian. 7, Nicole Li Wenhuan. 8, Aaron Watson Xiang Li. 10, Chen Huijin. 11, Xi Hanping Shen Ming. 12, Yao Xiushi. 20, Li Yili. 21, Yoshida Yuki. 23, Hu Shu Wen. 27, Dan Xinyi Nancy. 36, Li Yuzhen. 64, Chu Kai Ru. Next up, we have Qianxi, led by team manager Ho Ki-su, head coach Qin Hong-lei, assistant coach Ron Chua, assistant coach An Hui-fi, team officer Eng Yu-chai. Presenting to the players, jersey number 4, Chung Shin-li. 5, Alexander Louis Fisher. 6, Brennan Li Baoyu. 7, Valerie Li Xuan. 8, Dan En-ming, Jin Sero. 9, Li Yu Shen. 10, Li Yu-jian Len. 11, Ho Yu-bi. 12, Ken Choi-bi. 13, Tyler Allen O'Sullivan. 14, Yu Yi-shu Dennis. Number 50, Ang Shi-ji Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the finals, Hillcrest Greens and Qianxi. Officials for the finals, we have Mabel, Adrian Ting, and Yu Kin Hong.
So well, welcome back to the National Basketball Centre of Singapore. We are set for action in a hotly anticipated Women's National Basketball League final for 2017. It's the number 1 ranked Hillcrest Greys against the number 2 ranked Guangxi. The Hillcrest Greys 8-0 through the regular season. Guangxi 7-1. The only game they lost was to the Greys, and that was by just a narrow margin of 51-49. So a packed house here at the Basketball Centre of Singapore in anticipation of what we expect to be a classic encounter. We've already seen moments ago the Hornets falling short in the men's competition of their 3-peat bid, but they got some consolation, nabbing third in that playoff, 90-86 over Sidlak. And the women's 3rd and 4th place match was earlier on with the Android Reds getting the better of Kembangan by 53-48. And a reminder, a little later on, it'll be Xinhua taking on Safsa in the men's final. That's still to come. Another game that's sure to be played out in front of a packed house here in Singapore, as we are now a minute away from tip-off in the Women's National Basketball League 2017 final. watching us live on the 11 Sports Facebook page and of course on the Sport SG YouTube channel. Warm welcome wherever you're watching around the globe, and a big thanks as well to our sponsors, without whom all this wouldn't be possible. Televised sport at national level in Singapore, crucial to the development of this game, which has enjoyed such a surge in popularity in recent years, and of course with the benefit of having the Singapore Slingers playing in the ASEAN Basketball League. Our sponsors Shot Zone, 2XU and our dear friends at Li Ning proudly bring you the women's final in the National Basketball League 2017, and we are good to go. The greys in the white, Chingsha in the black. It'll be Chang Choi Ting tipping off with Yoshida Yuki. And it's an early chance for points for Ching Si. First points of the women's final on the board. Scored by Lee Mi Young. Chance over Hillcrest to come straight back. Oh, denied. Great defensive work from Alana Lim, who forces the early turnover and gives Queen Shi a chance to open up a 4-0 lead. No, 2-point jumper, no good. Tang Choi Ting just making the rim. Hillcrest still searching for their first point. Should get them now. Simple layup and the first points for the Greys. Chu Kai Lon hitting the two, and we're tied up with just under a minute gone in the first quarter of the women's final. Oh, lovely pass through, and the layoff, and the layup no good. Missing with the layup there was Bernice Yeo. So for the first time, Hillcrest will get a chance to take the lead. Wei Ye out to Sheena Ying. Plenty of space for Charmaine C to work with. Yoshida Yuki. And inside to the paint, and the foul is drawn by Charmaine Ting. Foul called. Number 12, I think that was, Tang Choi Ting being pinged for the foul. First 3-point attempt on the women's final is good. Charmaine C picking up her first points of the contest. Hillcrest looking to open up by 2, and the second one just drops. So a perfect 2 from 2 start from the line for Charmaine C. Layoff is a good one. Jumper no good from Bernie Shio. But she'll get a second chance in possession. The defensive rebound for Kwang Shi. Oh, that was a dangerous pass, and the Greys have managed to pick it off. And now, how quick can they be in transition? Sheena Tan brings in Yoshida Yuki. Sheena Tan again. This is great. Around the arc from the Greys. Shot clock down to 6. They've got to get one away, and instead they covered up and coming away with a turnover. Bernie Shio. Quick transition from Kwang Shi. The girls in black trying to level it up. 2-point jumper is off the rim. No good. Sharon Lee. And then the foul is drawn. Being pinged for the foul there was Alana Lim. As we get a chance to see the first interchanges of this final coming in for Kwang Shi. First chance to see Louise Fisher and Chloe Bin. But the Greys leading by 2 with a chance to extend that now. 3-point attempt off the rim, no good. Defensive rebound. And driving up the court now, Louise Fisher. Kwang Shi try and level things up. Louise Fisher wants it back, instead it goes to Alana Lim. Alana Lim for 3, and it's good! The first 3-pointer goes the way of Alana Lim. Kwang Shi back in the lead. chance for a 3-point of their own. Instead she ducks inside. Good transition now. It's a 3-point shot. Off the rim, no good. That came off a Kwang Shi girl last though. Tang Choi Ching hands possession back. As in to the fray comes Brianna Lee for Kwang Shi. Tang Choi Ching, after serving up, possession back to the Greys, takes a seat on the bench. 6:36 left in the first. Kwang Shi by 1 in the Women's National Basketball League final for 2017. An impressive start from both teams. Already looks like it's got the promising of a close encounter. Big 3-point attempt. Oh, in and out. Can't get much closer than that for Shu Li Yao. Driving into the paint, but held up finally is Ko Wee Bin. Ko Wee Bin with a pass into Brianna Lee. Brianna Lee into the paint and dispossessed with ease by Chu Shui. Chu Shui Lee. Beautiful layup. Stunning score. Charmaine C registering her first points of this final. She's already on 4 actually, so she's now at this very early stage the game leader, and Hillcrest lead by 1. And they forced another pointless possession from Kwang Shi. A chance to open up by 3. A 3 here would make it a 2-possession game early. And the evidence of what we've seen so far, tough to see one of these teams stretching clear. But the Hillcrest Greys, they're not unbeaten for a reason. It's a brave attempt to try and force a turnover from Sarah Ying, but instead driving in for the Greys now. Shu Yu Yap, no good, shot clock violation. As we approach the halfway mark in this first quarter, Hillcrest Greys by 1 over Kwang Shi in the women's final of the National Basketball League. Good work from Ko Wee Bin. No good with the layup attempt though. And driving down the court now, Shu Yao into the ever impressive Charmaine C. Charmaine C. Back to Sheena Tan. Oh, that's a big pass, setting up the 3-point attempt from Shu Wei with the second 3 of the contest, and they stretch it out to a 2-possession game. Hillcrest by 4. Timeout called. Kwang Shi coach Chu Po Leng doesn't want this to get any worse than it already is. Trailing by 4 in the balance of plays, but a very tight encounter. But the Hillcrest Greys have hit the big shots when it mattered. One big 3-point score for each. Hillcrest's 3 being scored just now by Shuang Wei, and Kwang Shi coming up with a 3 courtesy of Alana Lin. Look back at how these teams reached this final. As already mentioned, Hillcrest Greys, without a blemish on their record, make the showpiece the occasion, and Kwang Shi, which is that 1 defeat, only by a couple of points. It was 51-49 when they met in the regular season. They came into the playoff bracket ranked 1 and 2, and unlike the men's competition when we've got a final that sees 3rd playing 4th a little later on, this one is all about the top 2, the best in the country, the best 2 women's basketball teams in the country, taking each other on for the 2017 crown. And it's Hillcrest now looking to stretch that 4-point lead even further. They're looking really good around the arc, and a great opportunity to stretch, but short from Shu Lat. And I think they're going to cough it up here. Kwang Shi, Sharon Lee falling on the ball, but it's not enough to keep possession. And that's 3 scoreless possessions to Guangxi. Arguably lucky now just to be trailing by 4.
As the clock goes down to 4:13 in the first quarter. That familiar figure of Xu Weiyi driving up the court. Oh, that was a risky pass though, picked off by Sharon Lee, who's sent tumbling by Xu Yao.
The apology is forthcoming, but the foul is called.
Racing over to get the ball is Louise Fisher. And she gets things moving once again. Here comes Sharon Lee.
Central Guangxi come up with the score in this possession. 2-point jumper.
In and out, looked good briefly, but it's no good from Sarah Ying.
And again, Guangxi come away scoreless.
Remember, they led early on in this game, but they've gone 4 minutes now without a score. And Hillcrest themselves haven't exactly been prolific. They've got a chance for 3 from Charmaine C. Off the rim and out. Defensive rebound. And coming away with it, Sharon Lee.
Sharon Lee, good pass.
Here's Louise Fisher. Louise Fisher around the arc, gets it out wide. Thinking about the 3 was Alana Lim. Instead she goes down the paint and she coughs it up. But it took a deflection off a Hillcrest Gray, and courtesy of Yoshida Yuki's hand.
It will be Guangxi ball, trailing by 4, 3:20 to play in the first quarter.
Just looking at the physical matchups here, it's quite clear that the Hillcrest Greys have the physical edge here, so it's going to be all about the speed of movement from Guangxi. Oh no, what more have they got to do to score? And even the offensive rebound that
Alana Lim came up with was dropped onto her foot and went harmlessly out for a Hillcrest Greys possession, and another chance to close that 4-point gap goes begging.
And surely they can't keep the Hillcrest Greys out much longer from extending that lead. Just 14 points scored in the first 7 minutes of this final. 2-point attempt, this one, in and out, but the offensive rebound, a good one at that. From Lun Chu. Lun Chu looking to get it back. Instead it goes to Cheryl Poon. Shot clock down to 4. Oh, it's a big 3. Sheena Tan
comes up with a 3. The second 3-pointer for Hillcrest. The game is now a 7-point one. Now it's only 5.
Important that Guangxi answer back straight away, and they do, courtesy of Tang Choi Ting. Refresh on her spell, still on the bench. Now can they force a turnover and try and eat into this 5-point lead? They're forcing Hillcrest to go on the arc, but Hillcrest, the past masters at doing that. Hughes 3 attempt, no good. Ambitious 3 from Wei Yi Sang.
And now Guangxi desperately trying to get into double digits.
2 minutes left in this first quarter. Driving into the paint, twisting and turning, and Ko Wee Bin with the big 2. The gap now is only 3. Some space to work with around the arc, but not for long for Sheena Tan.
And that's going to be called. It went back into the Hillcrest Grey side of the court, so they're penalised. They covered up, and Guangxi now just
1 possession away
from levelling this up. They trail by as many as 5.
Now trailing by 3. And again, signs we're in for a seesaw ding-dong affair here. Good strength shown from Pauline Ang. Sets up the 3 to tie it up. But Ko Wee Bin
just falls short with that big 3 attempt. But the foul is called here, and it will be Guangxi possession. So another chance
pops up. And looking for a sub here at Guangxi, desperate to bring in Alana Lim back into the game. She'll have to wait for now. Here comes Tang Choi Ting, no good. An attempt at an offensive rebound by Pauline Ang, falls short. And now they can make that interchange with Alana Lim coming in for Tang Choi Ting, who's being interchanged in and off the bench. quite frequently, trying to use her as an impact player. Oh, that was a loose pass. I'm lucky to get away with that. And then the foul is drawn, and that will send Xu Jing Chen to the line. So Xu Jing Chen, 2 attempts to make this a 2-possession game once more. She hits nothing but net with her first one. Hillcrest extend back out to 4. This to make it 5. No, she's missed. That's the first free throw attempt miss from Hillcrest. They're 3 for 4 now. Huang Shi yet to go to the line. Oh, that's a nice move inside the paint for the layup. No good. Alana Lim coming short. But they do, however, manage to draw the foul. As Louise Fisher looks to come back into the fray. She'll replace Sarah Ying. So inside the last 54.2 seconds of this tightly fought and gripping first quarter of the 2017 Women's National Basketball League Final. The number 1 seed, unbeaten Hillcrest Grays, just edging Huang Shi at the moment by 4 points, but Huang Shi in possession now to try and reduce that deficit to 2. But great hustle in defence, and the Grays bring it away, and they're up the other end of the court at a flash. Tallest player on the court, Xu Yao, gets it back. Looks for Ariel Loiter. Inside it goes, and there's the layup. What a great team basket that was, finished off by Yao. But 4 of the 5 players on the court played a part in that possession, and the lead is the biggest it's been on the night, now up to 6. So surely vital now that Huang Shi come up with a score. 18.4 seconds left in the quarter, 17 on the shot clock. So if they use the time wisely here, they should get a shot at the basket without giving the Grays a chance to respond in the first quarter. Shot clock down to 15. Dancing away through the court is Sarah Ying. But that air shot not only means they come away scoreless, they've also left the Grays 10.9 seconds to extend what's already a 6-point lead at the end of the first quarter. So now inside the final 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 points on the buzzer! Oh, she nailed it! The big 3 from Cheryl Poon! And the Grays extend the lead to 9 right on quarter time. 18-9. Back with the second quarter shortly. The Hillcrest Grays owning the first.
those who get set for the start of the second quarter. It's Hillcrest by 9. A big thanks to our sponsors once more. Shot Zone, 2XU, Leaning. You're watching live final coverage of the Women's National Basketball League Final 2017 on the 11 Sports Facebook page and the Sports SG YouTube channel. It was a huge finish for the Hillcrest Greys at the end of that fourth quarter. Quangshi having trailed by 5, got the gap back to 3. But a 6-0 run at the end. That big 3 to finish it off from Cheryl Poon has put Hillcrest firmly in control, and with a chance now, with the first possession of the second quarter, to put this into double digits. They're showing the greater pace in transition. That's a huge layup from Charmaine C. Hillcrest at 20, and they lead by 11. Quangshi need a response here. Is it going to come from Louise Fisher? They go for a 3 of their own. Off the rim from Alana Lim. Nothing dropping for Quangshi at the moment, and you do fear for him. It looks set to be a close encounter early, but another big 3 goes down. Hillcrest are taking this game with a scrub of the neck. Charmaine C with another big 3. She's up to 9 points now. Can they hit back with a 3 of their own? No good. From Ellen O'Sullivan.
Let's go!
Another 3, surely not. Not this time. Yoshida Yuki with what feels like the first 3-point attempt that the Hillcrest Greys have missed. Taking a seat is Bernie Show. Back into the fray, Ko Wee Bin. And Ko Wee Bin is that heartbeat of this Quangshi team. She drives to the edge of the arc. They need something to happen here quickly, Quangshi. They're trailing by 14. Two-point jumper, oh my word, that was a long way off. They come back up with it. Tang Choi Ting doesn't get off in time, and listen to this, the aggression being shown on court by Chu Jing Chan among others. Well, up for this, the Hillcrest Greys. Remember, they only beat Quangshi by 2 in the regular season. They're on course to make it a much bigger margin tonight. And the number 1 ranked Greys, not another 3 surely. Well, finally, that 3 streak comes to an end. Charmaine C, no good that time. Oh, how the Quangshi team needed Ko Wee Bin's 3-pointer to drop there. They're still stuck on 9 points. Failed to hit double digits in more than 12 minutes of basketball. And that's a rare slip from Hillcrest. They're playing with the confidence you'd expect from a team whose big shots have been dropping. And at the moment, after a strong start from Quangshi in the first 3 minutes of this game, they're really struggling to live with that size and movement of the Greys. This is a 14-point game. And they almost seem at a loss of what to do here, but that's a nice play. Layup attempt, no good though. And just failing to come up with their own rebound was Tang Choi Ting, and just look how quickly the Hillcrest Greys move it up the other end of the court. All about the speed of their transition. You see the Yuki exchanges passes to Charmaine C. Back to Charmaine C for 3 off the rim, no good. Mopping it up though is Amelia Lee. You see the Yuki all over the court. Look at that pass, magical. Ducking inside is Charmaine C. Shot clock's down to 3. Oh, another 3-point attempt just missing from Yoshida Yuki. That's 2 she's gone close with in that possession. So Quangshi, who've really struggled for points, 2-point jumper, needs to go and doesn't. It's another miss from Ko Wee Bin. Ko Wee Bin battling it out. That's going to be Quangshi ball. The 2-11's fighting it out, and Ko Wee Bin just getting the better of Charmaine C. But it's still a 14-point game, 6:43 left in the second. Louise Fisher doing her best to try and stir the troops, but that pass was too high, mopped up by Shu Kai Lun.
And now the familiar figure of Yao Shushu finding support in Cheryl Poon. Cheryl Poon. Ah, look at that, great speed. Comes to Xian Biaoying, out to Cheryl Poon. He battles down another big three. This is the Cheryl Poon's show at the moment. Poon up to 6 points. Charmaine C on 9 is the game leader at this stage. And there's no player, not surprisingly when they're stuck on 9, that's managed to nail more than 3 points for Shuangqi. Already 7 different players netting for Hillcrest to contribute to that total of 26. This is a slight concern for them though. That's not been picked up by Kylan Chu. She's being helped off the court. You can see gearing up to be introduced.
So she's doing 16 and 30. So we send Kylan Chu our best wishes, hope she's going to be okay. But at the moment, it's the Hillcrest Greys that are very okay, leading by 15 with 5:49 left in the first half. Guangxi had to burn their first half timeouts a lot quicker, I'm sure, than coach Ho Leng Chu would have liked. Looking over to my right to that Guangxi bench, there's still a modicum of enthusiasm over there. This game isn't gone just yet, but they've got to start going on a 6 or 8-0 run to start making this game look competitive. It promised to be really tight early on, didn't it? But thanks to superb 3-point shooting from the likes of Sheena Turn, Cheryl Poon and Charmaine C, they've got away here. Xu Xu Yap, another 3, just on the shot clock, no good this time from Cheryl Poon. And Guangxi still waiting to get into double figures with only 5:30 left in the first half. They come up short again. And the defensive rebound is a strong and good one from Xu Xu Yap, who drives into the paint on her own. Just being denied there was Chu Jing Chen. And look at the speed up the court from Sarah Chong, but still nothing will drop for Shuangqi. It's been a nightmare first half for them so far, with the exception of the first 4 minutes, where they actually led for a large part of that first half of the first quarter, but it's downhill all the way since then, and all the rebounds coming up Hillcrest Grey, and dominating is the formidable frame of Xu Xu Yap. You can see that Ellen O'Sullivan, well, first class, looks to be the tallest player in the Guangxi squad, is about to be introduced. Can she stem this tide? On she comes, Ellen O'Sullivan, tallest girl on the roster for Guangxi. Can her presence give Xu Xu Yao something to think about? But at the moment, it's going to be that lady, Xu Xu Yao, that's going to go to the line to extend this lead even further. First one goes in, nothing but net. Makes them 4 from 5 from the free throw line so far. Hillcrest make that 4 from 6. But all of a sudden the lead is out to... Oh, I was going to say it was out to a big margin, but finally, courtesy of Ko Wee Bin, Guangxi, in what was only registered as a 2-pointer, are into double figures. They still trail by 16 though. And look at this strength, the movement, the power being shown by Yap Xu Xu. And another foul drawn. And she'll be going back to the line again. Second visit to the line. As Ellen O'Sullivan is called for the foul as the two big girls start going head to head here. Change for Hillcrest Grays on the way. Xu Shen Li is on. Xu Jing Chen takes the seat. Grays by 16. 2 chances to extend that lead now. Nothing but net with the first one from Xu Yao. 4 from 7 from the free throw line are the Grays. So 4 from 8, and the percentage has dropped to 50%. But they've still got the luxury of a 17-point lead, and they've got to start making something happening now. Quinn Shou, oh, great improvised pass, but the 3-point attempt no good. 4 minutes to go in this first half. The Grays not relenting, forcing Quang Shi and giving up some fouls in the paint. It's giving them 3 opportunities to get some more points. 2-point jumper is a good 2-point jumper. Xu Shen Li with her first 2 points of the contest. She extends the lead to 19. 3:35 to go in this first half. 2-point jumper to respond. Back-to-back big 2s from both sets of girls as Bernie Zhou fights back for the girls in black. Oh, they've coughed it up there, the Grays. Pouncing on it was Koh Wee Bin. Koh Wee Bin will look to get this back, I'm sure, and she does. Koh Wee Bin directing traffic on the edge of the arc. 12 on the shot clock, plenty of time. Ellen O'Sullivan trying to find some room to move. The defense and the zonal coverage is just superb from Hillcrest. But that's a superb 2. Sarah Chung. Finally Quang Shi getting their scoring act together. It's still a 15-point game, but they're managing to hang tough at the end of this first half to try and at least give themselves an outside shot at a big second half comeback. It's going to take a huge defensive effort though, and they've got to stop easy layups like that. Layup with ease there from Ariel Leiter. Koh Wee Bin, 2-point attempt, no good from Sarah Chung. Who's going to come up with this? Well, Quang Shi come up with it. 3 points, Koh Wee Bin off the rim. Oh, in an acre of space and time and drawing the foul. Where Xu Yao, she has been a thorn in this Quang Shi side throughout the entire first 80 minutes of this one. So a raft of changes being made by the Hillcrest Grays. One assumes this team of 5 have been sent into the fray with a specific game plan. Looking to enter the fray for Queen Shi is Sharon Lee, and she does indeed come on for Sarah Chung. Time and space to work with for Xu Jing Chen. Inside to Yuki Yoshida. Yuki Yoshida beautifully inside. Oh, they still get another chance. Will they get the 3 off the rim? I'm coming up with it. Who else? Koh Wee Bin. She's turned on the defensive rebound boosters in this second quarter, and the layup, oh, no good. Just wouldn't drop for Alana Lim. As we enter the first phase of play, where both sides seem to be struggling for scoring. No scores in a minute of basketball now from either Hillcrest or Quang Shi. Of course, we went 7.5 minutes without seeing Quang Shi register some points, and that's allowed the Hillcrest Grays to build up a 16-point second quarter lead. Important that Quang Shi came up with a stop here. They really need a 6-0 run to finish this second quarter to give this game a competitive look about it into the third quarter. Koh Wee Bin into the paint, she drives, tries to draw the foul instead. She gets it back to Bernie Zhou. Big 3 attempt, no good from Alana Lim. Just to correct the score as well, Quang Shi on 15, not 16. So it's actually a 17-point lead that the Grays have got as we go inside the final minute of the first half. keep on coming. Another 2 from Yuki Yoshida. Her first points of this first half, which seems incredible. She's been absolutely everywhere, but it's been taking her to the final 34 seconds to come up with the score. And that just also gives you the emphatic look of how many of the Hillcrest Grays players have contributed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players have scored points for the Hillcrest Grays in this first half. And you contrast that to what's happened on the other side of the court, where only 6 Quang Shi players have managed to find the target, and no one has scored more than 3 points. Leading the scoring charts, Charmaine C with 11 for the Hillcrest Grays. A couple of big threes in that contribution as well. So 16.1 seconds left in the second quarter. There's 14 on the shot clock. The foul is called, and that's the bonus now. They'll be sent to the line. And that's nothing but net free throw, followed by one that comes in and out the rim. So that's a bit of an error for Quang Shi. They have the chance of picking up the last possession of this first quarter. Koei Bin drives in. They'll try and eat the clock up surely. That was off the side of the glass, never mind the rim. And the chance here, if they wanted to get one away, but the Hillcrest Grays will let time expire, and they'll go to the break with a lead that has never been greater. It's the number 1 ranked, unbeaten Hillcrest Grays, leading by 35 to 15. The star of that first quarter. Well, so many to choose from the Hillcrest Grays, but Charmaine C, game leading with 9, leads the way for the Grays.
So we're halfway there to being crowned the 2017 Women's National Basketball League champions.
Stay with us. The second half starts in 5.
First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. Oh, ooh, the way that things have been. Oh, ooh. Second thing, second, don't you tell me what you think that I can be. I'm the one at the sail, I'm the master of my sea. Oh, ooh, the master of my sea. Oh, ooh. I was broken from a young age, taking my soak into the masses, writing my poems for the few that look at me, took to me, shook at me, feeling me, singing from heartache, from the pain, taking my message from the veins, speaking my lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the
Well, welcome back live to the Singapore Basketball Centre. It's the Women's National Basketball League 2017 final. Hillcrest Greys at the moment running away with it against Qingxi, live on the 11 Sports Facebook page and the Sports SG YouTube channel. We'll wind up the National Basketball League Division 1 men's final is on the way next. SAFSA, who came out on top of the Hornets, that incredible game in the semi-finals earlier this week against Xinhua, who bested Siglap in the other semi-final. Incidentally, the Hornets grabbing third place earlier on by 90-86 against Siglap in that third and fourth place playoff. The women's third place team for 2017 will be the Android Reds. They bested Kembagan by 53-48. So we know who's finished third and fourth in the men's and the women's. What we don't know yet for certain is who's finishing first and second in the women's, or who's finishing first and second in the men's. Stay with us over the next couple of hours and we're able to answer both those questions for you. So it'll be the Hillcrest Greys to get us underway. Can Qingxi find a response from somewhere? Mention the point lead up for the Hillcrest Greys. Charmaine Siebert, Xu Yao doing so much good work. There's the first point scored by Yoshida Yuki with a 3 to kick off the second half. It just goes from bad to worse for Qingxi. The 2-point jumper off the rim. Who else but Ko Wee Bin, who seems determined to single-handedly give this scoreline something of respectability, and what a 2-point jumper off the glass. Ko Wee Bin up to 5 points on the night. She's the game leader for Qingxi, and I would wager that she's covered more court than anyone else as well. But talking about the covering of the court, straight up the other end goes Xu Yao to increase her domination of this game. They come up with a second bite at the cherry here. Being marshalled very well is Tang Choi Ting. They managed to get it out to Sarah Ying. 2 on the shot clock, they need to get one off. Nothing doing, shot clock violation. So it's still a 23-point ball game. And any hopes Qingxi had of making a strong start to this third quarter for now are at rest. They've just got to come up with 3 or 4 consecutive stops, but the ease with which the Hillcrest Greys ladies are just carving through the paint, particularly this lady, Xu Zhao, they just can't live with her physicality at the moment. Standing by to come on is Brianna Lee, with her team trailing by 23. Taking a tumble is Li Xiang. Still no word, by the way, on the fitness of Kylan Chu, who took a tumble and was limping off court in that second quarter. I fear we may have seen the last of her. She probably won't be risked, particularly with her Greys in such a dominant position here. Again, so easy, 2-point jumper. Oh, it's the first real shocker of a shot that Xu Yao has put up in the whole game. Ko Wee Bin! Off the rim for Ko Wee Bin. And who else, having just missed the jumper at the other end? Xu Yao at the other end to pick up the defensive rebound. Xu Yao round again. Oh, layup. Superb. Yoshida Yuki, well, it took her to the end of the second quarter to register her first points. Now she's up to 7. Ko Wee Bin draws a somewhat fortuitous foul, has to be said. Into the mix comes Bernie Xiu for Qingxi. Louise Fisher still looking for her first points of the game. There's 2 more though for Bernie Xiu. Bernie Xiu now up to 5 for the match. They've closed it to 23. And they've managed to force the Hillcrest Greys to cough it up. Oh, that's good hustle. Great hustle. But the travel ultimately called against Louise Fisher. great to see as well, despite the fact that this has been a dominant Hillcrest Grays performance. There's no angst being shown by the Kwangshi coach Poling Chu, still giving her girls plenty of encouragement, as she did with Louise Fisher there, but they just cannot live with the power of Xu Xu Yao. They may have missed with the layup, but she'll go to the line with a chance to get her 7th and 8th points of the game. Foul called on Bernie Zhou there. She's the joint point leader and now the outright foul leader for Kwangshi. Both she and Koei Bin picking up 5 points. Well, that's a rare fruitless visit to the free throw line. They're shooting well under 50% from that line now, and they started so strongly. They were 4 for 5 to start from the line, the Hillcrest Grays, and somehow they still managed to keep this lead going at 23 points. Oh, what a beautiful basket. Top class work from Charmaine C. Puts her into double digits on the night, the first player to register 2 figures. She's up to 11. Meticulous shooting from C. Oh, and the hustle now. Eventually, the foul is drawn. We'll go down to Yoshida Yuki, that whistle. Well, that's good to see as well. Look who's back into the action. Kylan Chu, obviously none the worse. She seems to be hobbling ever so slightly, but obviously fit enough for the coach to bring her back in. And look at this. This is obviously a training court routine that Kwangshi have put into practice. And boy, that was impressive. Best set piece we've seen. Alana Lim coming up with a deuce. But the lead still 23 to the Grays. 6:10 left in this third quarter. Oh, that was good hustle to escape with the ball. 3-point attempt is good. Big 3 from Ariel Loiter. Oh, Koei Bin, big strength. 2-point jumper. Good response from Kwangshi. Bernie Zhou. Now game leading with 7 for Kwangshi. Ariel Loiter, silky skills on the edge of the arc. Here comes the previously injured Kaylin Chu. Nothing wrong with it with that pass. Ariel Loiter for another 3! Back-to-back big 3s for Ariel Loiter. Well, Ariel Loiter registered 2 points through the first 24 minutes of this one. And now she's up to 8. 27-point lead for Hillcrest Grays. Midway through this third quarter. Exhibition basketball from the number 1 ranked unbeaten Grays, who seem destined already at this early stage to be crowned the Women's National Basketball League champions of Singapore 2017. And you're watching it all live on the 11 Sports Facebook page and the Sports SG YouTube channel in association with our great sponsors at Shot Zone, Tuic Shu and Li Ning. And of course in the presence of our guest of honour, Mr. Lim Tek Yin, the Chief Executive Officer of Sports SG, is here to present the trophies. There's an offensive foul is called on Kylan Chu. She had an explosive meeting with the midriff of Ellen O'Sullivan. Ellen O'Sullivan's looking to get hold of this, and she does! Well, sure Ellen O'Sullivan would have preferred to have been given the opportunity to lay that up, but as it stands, it's a foul called on the Grays, and Koei Bin, who's showing some energy and stamina levels from her work rate for Kwangshi. Oh, Ellen O'Sullivan's let that slip through her fingers. It's a 2-on-1. Ariel Loiter in again. Draws the foul, Ariel Loiter. And Ariel Loiter's caught fire at the start of this second half, leading the charge for the Hillcrest Grays. Coming into the mix for Kwangshi is Pauline Ang. Ellen O'Sullivan takes the seat with Ariel Loiter.
She's just hit 2 big threes, and that's the first extra point that comes up with nothing but net. This one will put her into double figures on the night. She's up to 9. And they're going to call timeout here. Kwang Shi waiting to call timeout as soon as the ball goes out of play, which it does. And the first timeout of the second half going to be called by the Kwang Shi girls, who trail by 28. 4:39 left in the third. With a sense of anticipation for the men's final is already building. There is not a spare seat to be had in this Singapore National Basketball Centre. Safsa and Xinhua, who made the final despite being ranked 3rd and 4th in the regular season, are practicing on the court behind this main show court here, with the men's final scheduled to start immediately following the conclusion of this women's contest, which has got 4:39 to run in the third. And Kwang Shi in dominant control with a 28-point advantage. Ko Wee-bin, despite her best efforts to keep her team in it. Defence is the call after 3 off the back of their timeout. But Ariel Loiter, Yuki Yoshida, and most notably Shu Yao, who's taking a well-earned break at the moment, have really dominated for Hillcrest. Pauline Ang trying to get something away. Pauline Ang comes up with the offensive rebound, misses with a second layup, and look at Ariel Loiter's pace. The transition at speed is breathtaking to watch. Yuki Yoshida, out it goes to Brianna Lee. Picked up by Yao Shu Shu. Oh, it's another score. She shrugged up her injury, okay. Kylan Shu comes up with her 3rd and 4th points of this one to extend the lead for the first time to 30 points. The defence of the Hillcrest Greys has just been absolutely sensational. And Shu Yao, I mistakenly thought she'd taken a seat because usually she's everywhere, but she must have been hiding on that court. She's still in play, not wanting to miss any of this as the Hillcrest Greys stroll to a national title. Big 3 attempt. Shu Yao off the mark. Not that it matters much at the moment. 3:10 to play in the third. The Greys by 30. Made that 28. Beautiful layup by Sharon Lee. But it was the second half of the first quarter where the Rock sent in. It looked set to be a tight game at the beginning of this match, but Kwang Shi held the lead for the first 4 minutes, and since then they've trailed. And not only been trailing, but they've consistently trailed by a greater and greater figure as Ariel Loiter. It's double figures for the night. 2-point jumper. Oh, beautiful 2-point jumper from Bernie Show. So at least they've traded 2-point blows for that passage of play as the clock winds down to the final 2 minutes 20 of this third quarter. But no pressure on the Hillcrest Greys now. And you wouldn't be surprised if Ariel Loiter has a crack again in a minute. Meanwhile, Shu Yao finds Ariel Loiter. Ariel Loiter on the drive. The 2-point jumper deflected and rejected. And now a chance for Bernie Show. Ko Wee-bin. Bernie Show once more. Inside to Sharon Lee. Sharon Lee looks at a 3-point attempt. Can't get it away. Into the paint. And managing to hold on to possession is Pauline Ang. Another tactic that the Grays have been employing with Yini Tan, their coach, his wholesale changes at various points. She's really into this, Yini Tan. What a coaching performance this is as well, to keep the defensive hustle so strong through nearly 3/4 of this game, and to limit Guangxi, who themselves only lost one game all season, remember, to just 27 points through what's almost now 3/4 is astonishing. Taking a knock there for the Hillcrest Braves briefly was Amelia Lee. She's grabbing her arm as Louise Fisher comes back in. Making way is Sarah Chung. Xu Shu Yao. Inside to Wu Sang. Shot clock down to 1, can't get it off in time. Well, point is the call. Chloe Bin to Louise Fisher. Louise Fisher in all kinds of trouble there, but manages to get it away to her credit. Into the paint and throwing it away though was Bernie Xiu. And now inside the final minute of this third quarter, it's not looking good if you're a Guangxi fan watching live on the 11 Sports Facebook page or the Sports SG YouTube channel. Trying to get a shot away here. Running out of time. It'll be the 2-point jumper under pressure. No good. That was a good hustle from Sharon Lee. Coast to coast, Sharon Lee. The ambitious pass to Louise Fisher. She was taking a tumble as it released from her hands, which didn't help the trajectory. And there's 27.3 seconds left in the game clock for this third quarter. 24 seconds on the shot clock, so just a 3-second differential. And barring Guangxi managing to get something going late, it's going to be 27 points, just 27 points through 3/4 that the Greys have reduced. The team that only lost once this season too. Foul drawn there. Holding is the call on Sarah Chung, who sat out for only one possession briefly. So this will be it then. This will be the last possession of the third quarter. Will it be a scoring one? 2-point jumper under pressure, no good. I don't think Guangxi will have time to get this off though. Just 2.5 seconds left. It's going to take something huge to score here. Well, she goes for it, but nothing doing. And it's 55-28 in favour of the Hillcrest Greys as we approach the fourth quarter. It's the Greys by 27, 10 minutes between them and the Women's National Basketball League 2017 title.
It's being stressed by you.
There we go then, the final 20 seconds of the
coach's instructions ahead of this fourth quarter. Kwang Shi, in reality, the final was beyond them by half time. But take nothing away from the Hillcrest Greys. It's been a thoroughly professional performance. They've dominated from start to finish. They had 18-9 after the first quarter, 76 after the second, and 20-12 in the third. They've won every single quarter. First by 9, second by 11, and the third there by 8. So, to be fair to Kwang Shi, that was their strongest performance in terms of the points differential between the two teams at the end of it. But the damage was done really in that second quarter to only notch 6 points. But as much as it's been a bit of a physical mismatch on the court at times, with Xu Shu Yao really dominating, take nothing away from the rest of the squad. And just going through the roster, incredible, only 2 of the 12 Hillcrest Greys girls have yet to score. This has been a truly team effort, and they're coming forward again to notch first at the start of the fourth. Layup, no good from Shermaine C. They come again with the offensive rebound, and a tight pass inside. Ko Wee Bin on the hustle. And Kwang Shi come up with it. Louise Fisher. Can they strike first in the fourth? Kwang Shi for 3. No good. Oh, that was a opportunity for a defensive rebound, spurned really there by Yoshida Yuki. And instead, well, this time the defensive hustle was good by Yoshida. And she takes her time in bringing it away. A minute already elapsed. The Hillcrest Greys are, I'm sure, preparing to celebrate, but they want to finish with a flurry here. Want to keep up their record of winning every quarter in this one. And it's some performances. You consider they only won their regular season matchup between these two teams by 2 points. The Greys. It's right at the start of the regular season, that one, no question. The Hillcrest Greys have improved big time since then. Ko Wee Bin in the paint, looking for the first point, the fourth. Great strength from Ko Wee Bin, who's been the Kwang Shi MVP. Absolutely no shadow of a doubt about that. 7 points, and the hardest working lady on the court for mine. Foul drawn against Kaylin Chu. Out wide. 3 attempts off the rim from Cheryl Poon. Ko Wee Bin looking to give Kwang Shi what would have been a 4-point fourth quarter lead. I'm afraid that's the best we can do now in terms of making this sound competitive. The mini quarter battles. But Hillcrest Greys gone 2 minutes in this fourth quarter without scoring. You see absolutely exhausted walking past. This is Sarah Tune. She comes off to take a seat as Kaylin Chu gets back underway. Yoshida Yuki finds Cheryl Poon. Cheryl Poon into the paint, 2-point jumper, no good. Oh, but Cheryl Poon somehow comes up with the offensive rebound. That's magical. Into Charmaine C. Out to Kaylin Chu. And she coughs it up. Alana Lim coming up with it for Kwang Shi. Into the paint, looking for 2. Up and over the basket. Over the basket's no good, needs to go in. So just the 2 points in this one in the first almost 3 minutes of the fourth quarter. Hillcrest Greys yet to register. I'm sure though the intensity, understandable if it's gone out of their game knowing that this match is won. Maybe the reintroduction of Hu Jing Chen will spark some life back into the offense of the Hillcrest Greys. Nelia Lee passed it off to Yuki Yoshida. That's a 2-point layup, no good from Cheryl Poon because the whistle had been blown. They will, however, keep possession courtesy of a foul called on Alana Lim. Alana Lim, that's her 4th foul of proceedings. Tension building if you are just joining us. Remember, Safsa against Xinhua, the men's final on the way. Immediately following this matchup. Oh no, they still can't score in the 4th quarter of the Hillcrest Greys. Fang Shi, I'm sure, will be thinking if only we could have kept this tight up until this point. They've cuffed it up. And surely the Hillcrest Greys will think about notching a basket on this possession. Cheryl Poon in dominant form. Cheryl Poon gets it back. Poon round the arc. Poon into the paint. Poon with a layup attempt off the rim. And coming up with it is Louise Fisher for Fang Shi. Fisher, 2-point jumper is. Thought it was good, but it just brushed the net on the wrong side. Charmaine C into Amelia Lee. Amelia Lee up for the layup, draws the foul. Amelia Lee will be going to the line, and she is one of only 2 players yet to score for the Hillcrest Greys. What an achievement this is by them. Sheena Tan with 2 points. We sang with 4. Ariel Loiter with 11. One of 2 from that free throw line for A. Keeping possession there, Fang Shi. Chloe Bin with a layup attempt that's no good. She manages to get the offensive rebound though. The 2-point jumper that follows was no good. Then in the exuberance, Xu Shu Yao manages to draw the foul off her opposite number, Tang Choi Ting. And you can see just how high pressured it's been for the ladies of Fang Shi. Almost as many fouls committed as baskets got. And Xu Shu Yap goes to the line and gets the first of the 2 free throws of 42 up. Misses with the second though. Shot clock violation, the rare mistake. Well, it was 55-27 at the end of the 3rd quarter. In basic mathematics will tell you you've only seen 3 points scored in this first 5 minutes of the 4th, and again I think we can put that down to the intensity just dropping and some tired legs, because this has been played at an exorbitant pace in the very beginning. Now, first points from open play on the way. Possibly, could be a big 3 as well. Ah, what a pickup and what a basket. Superb piece of play from Sheena Tan there to salvage the situation, and Hillcrest back in scoring business from open play. And the nice layup from Alana Lim, who's now joint game leader on 7. I say that, no, not doing Bernice Yeo a disservice there. Bernice Yeo is on 9. Another 2 for Xu Shu Yao, takes her to 9. Just 4 fouls, 4 personal fouls committed across that Hillcrest Grays roster, which is an astonishing achievement when you consider the defensive paddles hustle they'd had to employ, and class that with a whole host for Kwang Shi. Just on a recall, I don't actually think that Kwang Shi have been to the line in this one. Extraordinary, with just less than 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Aerial lighter. 3 is no good. Coming up with the rebound. Sarah Chu trying to be quick in transition. They want to finish with a flourish here. Kwang Shi. Bernie Show. Trying to get into double figures. She'd have been the first Kwang Shi player to do so. Not to be. Nowhere near on that attempt. So Hillcrest lead in the fourth quarter battle 5-4. I'm sure they're going to make sure they win every quarter in this one. It's all about personal battles now before they get to celebrate in just under 3 minutes time. A one-sided affair is going to go the way of Hillcrest despite the best work of Kwang Shi. To their credit, with Sarah Chung with a layup there, are keeping going right the way through to the full-time siren. Dominated the court from start to finish. Xu Xu Yao. Aerial lighter. Been dominating the scoreboard. Nice fade inside. 2-point jumper, though no good from Tang Choi Ting. And who else? The rebound queen, Yao Xu Xu, comes away with it. Looks out wide. Aerial lighter. She's closed down well. She steps outside. Looks for Channing Bao. Channing Bao, the only player on the rest of the Hillcrest Grays not to score so far. There's another 2 points come in. To take Xu Xu Yao into double digits. She is now joint game leading with 11 points for Hillcrest. And she is the MVP of this final for me without any shadow of a doubt. Aerial lighter has been superb as well. And when you look at Kwang Shi, Kobe Bin, the energy levels and the exertion she puts into this game from start to finish is a sight to behold. As timeouts called by Kwang Shi, trailing as they do by 29 points. But in terms of the mini battle, they only trail the fourth quarter by 1. 1 minute 48 left in the 2017 Women's National Basketball League Final. You're watching live on the 11 Sports Facebook page and the SG Sport YouTube channel. After this women's final, it'll be the men's turn to take centre court, with Safsa taking on Shuha to crown the National Basketball League Division 1 champions for 2017. That's still to come. Stay with us. 1 minute 48 left in the fourth. Hillcrest 62, Kwang Shi 33. So we come back with Kwang Shi going to the line for a chance to tie up the fourth quarter battle. The game has long since been lost, but up to the line with the first free throw miss is Bernie Xiao. I think, might be wrong, this is the first time that we've seen Kwang Shi at the line. Must be wrong. There's 1 minute 48 to go in the fourth, I must be mistaken. They've missed both of them though. Bernie Xiao, they did come up with the offensive rebound, but coming away with possession, Hillcrest Grays. So, the only blot on the Hillcrest Grays scorecard really is the fact that Bao Shen only yet to score a point. Just seeing as she's on court now, trying to put that right. I don't think she is for the minute. All 11 other girls have contributed. Extraordinary team effort. 2-point jumper off the rim from Sheena Chan. Quick in transition, 2-point jumper attempt, no good. Sarah Chung picking up her own rebound. And Chloe Bin will get the ball back in play for Queen Chow all of a sudden, having been relatively foul-free all the way through the game. Hillcrest getting to pick some up in the closing stages. There's a minute 16 left in the fourth. Under pressure, Sheena Tan. Holding. Called on Louise Fisher. And no surprise when you look up at the scoreboard and see how many fouls that Quang Shi have been credited with, that sends the Hillcrest Greys back to the line to re-establish a 30-point lead. Nailing the first of her 2 free throws is Sheena Tan. A minute 07 left in this fourth quarter. She gets the second as well. So, biggest lead of the night so far now, 64-33. Chloe Bin never stopping though, 2-point jumper no good. Driving down the court as if it was the first minute of the game is Cheryl Poon, another of the superstars from Hillcrest. Inside the final 48 seconds. A wry smile, Charmaine seeking a forward after missing that layup. Oh, and that's good. Straight back up the other end. Strong score from Sarah Chung. Oh, taking a tumble there. It's Bernie Zhou, should have none the worse for it. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Desperate to get hold of the ball with Charmaine T. But as time expires, she's hit the deck here and looks like she's hurt her right knee. Oh, this doesn't look nice at all, and it's all very well giving it your all right the way through to the final buzzer. But anxiously, her teammates dash onto court to check in with her and see that she's okay. Stretches come on straight away as well, which is never a good sign, but I think she's going to be okay. Let's hope so. They're going to try and get her onto the stretch. It looked like she went down with a problem with her right knee, but she's no need for the stretch. That's good to see with only 14 and a bit seconds left. I'm sure that's the last we'll see of Charmaine T, who has been absolutely sensational. Charmaine T. 11 points for her. Tied with Ariel Loiter and the magnificent Xu Shu Yao for game leader in this one. Meanwhile, last possession for Quang Shi, and it's a scoring one from Sarah Chung, who's finished really strong. She'll finish the match on 8 points and a final flourish for 3 to end it in style. It's no good from Cheryl Poon, but it matters not. The Hillcrest Greys are comprehensive winners here of the Women's National Basketball League title of 2017 by 64-37. Incredibly, they lost the fourth quarter by a solitary point, but they are well-deserved winners. MVP for me, no shadow about it. You've got to give that to Xu Shu Yao, but the support acts were simply sensational. Ariel Loiter was scoring points for fun. She finished up with 11. Charmaine C, who unfortunately got injured late on, and she's still being attended to on the court. But the winners, comprehensive winners at that. Congratulations to Hillcrest Greys, besting Quang Shi in the final of the Women's National Basketball League for 2017. Stay with us on the 11 Sports Facebook page and Sports SG YouTube channel. The men's final is next. It's Tsinghua against Safsa to crown the best men's basketball team in Singapore.